these are just things I perceived before I joined. I didn't realise that all of this goes on behind the scenes. So my name's Amy and I work in the continuous improvement department, and I've been at Alltruck now for just nearly 2 years. A big part of my role is looking after the system, and when the team have any queries or problems is trying to get that sorted as quick as possible to get the teams back up and running to get their tasks done. Another part of my role is trying to improve processes and make things more efficient, leaner, and to save money and make things quicker and simpler for the customer. Before this, I didn't work in the transport industry, and I joined last April, so it's not far off 2 years ago now. The industry I worked in previous to that was quite an unstable one, so I was looking for something that is growing, fast-paced, exciting, and I think importantly a stable industry, which is how I entered the world of transport. In terms of Alltruck, my previous role, I started when I joined the company as a rental administrator, and from that I just grew, learnt more about the business and decided I wanted to get involved in trying to make things better and improve processes. Outside of this industry, I'd worked in travel, and my jobs were focused mainly around trip and itinerary planning, contracting, supply negotiation, so kind of not too dissimilar, but I was in a totally different industry before this. Well, for me, I had no idea how complex it was. I think it's such a vast operation to operate a fleet of vehicles around the country. I think there's so much more to it than is maybe meets the eye. I also think it's so fast-paced and so demanding and growing. I think you've got to be totally flexible, especially now more than ever. Things change on a daily basis, and I think my thoughts on it are the fact that it's just so vast and so exciting. I think also this relates to me before I joined the industry. I think it's the sheer complexity and the legislation that runs behind a fleet of vehicles. So the fact that vehicles need inspecting every few weeks, the safety of the vehicles is so important, and I think that's something I don't think people realise is the importance of the compliance team and how hard they work to keep those vehicles safe and on the road. Well, I think you've got the problems that have always been there, not problems as such, but considerations, so environmental impacts. For those companies that operate within the EU, it's leaving the European Union, but I think we can't not mention the fact of COVID-19. I think that is the biggest challenge that we all face at the moment. And I think for us in particular, it's meeting those fluctuating demands. So you've got customers that might see COVID-19 that gives them a loss of business, so they don't need their vehicles, but you've also got customers that are having a huge increase and want more vehicles. So it's trying to balance the customers' needs in these unprecedented times that we can't plan for or forecast, really. I think for me it would be letting people know of the vast opportunities that surround transport. It's not just technicians or drivers, which they might be the people that you see on the surface of it, but underneath that as well, you've got accounts teams, you've got marketing, you've got continuous improvement and training and sales. So I think appealing to people who've got transferable skills in lots of different industries, that transport can open up all of those opportunities, not just maybe what you see on the surface of a transport company. We do have a lot of women in this industry, it's just maybe not as known as it should be, or it's perceived to be a male-dominated environment when it necessarily isn't a male-dominated environment. So talking more about the amazing women that we have here at Alltruck and lots of other transport companies I can think of. In the industry in general, it would be being part of our customers' journeys, so especially those independent and small companies, knowing that you've facilitated that journey. So whether that's getting their products from A to B or getting them started or getting them the stock they need, I think it's so great to be part of that. And there's nothing better than spotting one of our vehicles on the motorway and you know what work has gone into getting that vehicle on the road. It makes me quite proud.